So I steam cleaned off the engine yesterday, and as you can see, most of the paint came off, which was a bit disappointing. But there's no leaks from the engine itself. Well, not this side anyway, but I did find where the leak was coming from, and it's the one I didn't want to do. So there we are, that's the source of the leak. Crankshaft rear seal. That's why you should never fit the bung, the wading bung on these things, because like I said, now we can see where that oil was coming out. Now, once upon a time those seals were extremely expensive, but they're making reproduction ones now, and that's the only choice I've got, because all the underneath is bone dry, you know, it's all dry. So looks like they've got to be replaced. And also, whilst I'm at it, I think I'll get some engine mountings. So it's the rear crankshaft seal leaking. Once upon a time they were about 300 quid. Now there's something reasonable, more like 30. It's a split seal with rubber. Not a particularly good idea, but obviously this, after 63 years old, is going to be dry. Now, I can get the parts, that's not a problem. But I found out that this morning I was thinking about doing the tappets as well, and the gasket. Also, all I wanted from Craddock's had the parts I wanted. They had a radiator cap, one radiator cap, 2 engine mountings, a side exhaust valve gasket, and an upper overhead valve gasket. The parts themselves were about £37. But they wanted £97 for shipping, which is a little bit beyond my budget. So now I've got to get a seal as well. So what the moral of this video is, you know, shipping today is getting really expensive, so we want the best bang for the buck we can get. Checking this car over completely, make sure we've got everything we need, all the seals and everything, and just do it one fell swoop. Now, should I take the engine out, should I take the gearbox out? Well, the thing is, if I take the engine out, which I probably will do because I've got to do the engine mounts anyway, I can repaint the engine, which is good. I can take most of it to bits, repaint it and put it all back together again. Not take out the engine completely, but just like take the manifolds off, give it a little light sandblast to rough up the body of the block and repaint it. Change the filters, have a look around it, make sure everything's right. That would be the easiest way. So this is going to be a winter's job. It's going to be a nice little winter's job. But I want to make sure I've got everything first. So I'm going to go through this car. I'm very tempted to do the rear oil seals on the axle as well, the hub seals, because they have a tendency to dry out and leak. And I had a word with JP because we need a 20-ton press to press off the bearings, and he said, yeah, he's got a 50-ton, mine's only 10, and he said there was some sort of an adapter we have to make. So again, if I've got a disabled car in here to do the engine, I might as well do the axle shafts at the same time. Makes sense. Now, there was something about, I haven't done one before in a Series 1, so I don't really know, because the axles are a little bit different. They're not like a regular series axle, Series 2 to 3, where you can just take the hub off, bang a seal in, and away you go. The seal is inside the axle, so we've got to take off the back plates to gain access. So it makes sense to do both at the same time. What else? There's that. I mean, well, while we've got I've got to take the floor out to get to access to the bolts for the bell housing. So I think at the same time, whilst that's out, I'll change the seals that goes on the 3 shift rods, because I can gain access to those, you see. So I might as well do as many jobs as I can at the same time. It just makes sense, really, when you think about it. yeah, so let's not rush into this. Don't rush into things and then think, oh shit, I wish I'd got this at the same time. Plan it ahead. I mean, it's not my daily driver. It's not like I need it next week. But it'll be a nice little project to do. The engines are dead easy to get out. It means taking the radiator out, but then again, I've got all new bolts in the radiator, so that'll be a dream to get out. I don't need to take the front panel off, and I can get it in here, get my lift on, and away we go. In fact, I've just noticed there's no lifting eyes on this. That's how confident they were with this engine. Just didn't even bother putting lifting eyes on it. So I've got to think of a way of slinging it to get it out. Not a bad job to do. But thinking about it again, as I do, it might be wise to get an engine gasket set if I'm going to do the manifolds as well. I've really got to work it out for costs, because I did look at a headset, like an engine set, and it was a horrendous price for this 1958 2 litre. It was I think somebody wanted about 120 quid. Which is why I just wanted to buy the individual gaskets. It might be just as cheap. But again, once the engine's out, we can really nicely do the set the valves easy, because if you've ever done one of these, to do the exhaust valves, which is under the exhaust manifold, it's a trifle difficult to get right. So let's do all those jobs at once. And I'll tell you something, we might even put a new front crank seal in, even though it's not leaking, because you know what sod's law's like. As soon as you do the back one, the bloody front one's going to go. Anyway, that's going to be something to look forward to. But this can go back in its cave for a little while, because this week I want to get on with the Range Rover, as if I didn't have enough problems. See ya.